Amrta Vani, the 108 essential instructions by Prabhupada Bhakti Sadhaka Thakur. The state of Brahman, the impersonalists imagine, is not actually Brahman. The conception the yogis maintain of becoming one with Paramatma or Bhagavan is more offensive than the idea of merging into the Brahman effulgence. The liberation attained by merging into the Brahman effulgence denies the living entity his own existence. But those who want to become one with the Lord expect to maintain their personal existence while doubling the Supreme Lord's position. Prabhu has said that becoming one with the Supreme is more permanent than merging into the Brahman. Das war jetzt auch ein bisschen schwierig vielleicht. Ja. Those non-devotees who try to reconcile matter with spirit consider good and bad association, rice paddy and weeds, and devotional and non-devotional service equal. Otherwise, the synthesis of matter and spirit does not certainly become the perversion of impersonalism. Schnell. For a Vaishnava, it may become pure devotion. The synthesis of matter and spirit certainly becomes the perversion of impersonalism in their hands. The impersonalists say they accept everything, but they do not accept the Supreme Lord, nor his eternal names, forms, qualities, pastimes, or associates. Why we have turned it off? Well, this is my problem. My voice is very weak.
If I turn,
it was not okay before? The Lord's various incarnations, Ram, Nrsimha, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, etc., are all transcendental Vishnu Tattva forms. Their names, forms, qualities, associates, and pastimes are eternal. Each of them controls Maya. Each has an eternal abode in Vaikuntha. Out of compassion for the living entities in this miserable world, and by their own sweet will, these incarnations appear and exhibit their opulence. Yet even though they incarnate in the material world, they remain fully transcendental and always protect their independent natures. The most auspicious activity for humankind is to become delivered from the clutches of material existence and to enter into the Krishna's eternal family. Taking shelter of the spiritual master can free us from Maya. There is no other way to achieve this freedom. Devotional service to the Supreme Lord is our supreme occupational duty. But material sense enjoyers cannot understand what devotional service is. Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur considers the attainment of devotional service most desirable. The previous acharyas have concluded that devotional service is the supermost goal of life. Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Sri Rupa's follower, has revealed to the world that the attainment of devotional service is to be cherished. The highest form of meditation is glorification of Hari. Glorification of Hari. Meditation was prescribed for those desiring perfection during Satya Yuga. But Satya Yuga did not provide darshan of the most magnanimous Sri Gaurasundara. Since Sri Gaurasundara appears in Kali Yuga, the great meditation of glorifying Hari has been recommended for this age. Because of discrepancies entered the meditation process in Satya Yuga. In Treta Yuga, sacrifice was introduced as the chief means of perfection. Because discrepancies entered the sacrificial practices of Treta Yuga, deity worship was introduced as most important in Dwapara Yuga. Because of the inevitable discrepancies that would enter the practice of deity worship, the great worship of chanting the Lord's holy names was being recommended for Kali Yuga. Just as a dying patient is administered a potent but poisonous pill at the last moment, when he has been disappointed by all other treatments and has no other hope. So the chanting of the Lord's holy names has been recommended by those who have seen the pathetic condition of those living in Kali Yuga. The Lord has invested all His potency in His holy name. Chanting is therefore the supreme meditation, sacrifice and form of worship. We should live only to be counted among the followers of He, the Spiritual Master, whose mercy has allowed us to understand the ultimate goal of life, to attain love of God. Otherwise it is better to die thousands of times. One can never become eligible to serve Govinda by neglecting the service of He who is Nandanandana's life and soul, or by neglecting the service of that person's servants. Shri Krishna's holy name is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss. Therefore he will not try to mix material contamination with Krishna's holy names. Krishna's holy names will continue to spread their supreme influence over all other sources of knowledge. Sri Krishna Chaitanya has repeatedly reminded the living entities that they have to become free from the clutches of material conceptions and go to the supreme abode of the reservoir of all pleasure by fully engaging His transcendental loving service in a pure and self-realized state. They should remember that they do not have to carry the imagination and thought flow of this world to the spiritual world. Skeptics, atheists, materialists and impersonalists are all ultimately desire to merge into one godlessness. Vishnu's steady worshippers who are initiated into Vishnu mantras know that they are spirit souls. Krishna's eternal servants. They also know that all living entities are meant for Krishna's enjoyment. and that all objects are simply ingredients for his service. They are neither interested in material advancement like the karmis, nor interested in building Ravana's staircase to heaven like the impersonal monists. The Lord's devotees do not become carried away by the current of materialistic thought, because they are not greedy for money, women, or material fame. They remain equipoised when they are both praised and blasphemed. They do not indulge in fault finding. Rather, they remain busy glorifying Krishna in the mood of separation and remain indifferent to worldly etiquette. Vedic injunctions, social oppression, chastisement, hatred, and embarrassment. They stay indifferent to these things. The living entities have no other business than to always chant Krishna's glories. The congregational chanting inaugurated by Sri Krishna Chaitanya is meant simply to engage us in chanting Krishna's holy names, realizing Sri Krishna's true nature, realizing the true nature of the holy name, and in understanding our constitutional position. As long as we have even a tinge of physical or mental awareness, we cannot perform Sri Krishna Sankirtana. By the mercy of Guru and the Vaishnavas, we learn of our relationship with the Supreme Lord. The more we forget the relationship we have with body and mind, the more the Lord's holy name manifests in our heart. From our heart, the holy name will travel to the tip of the tongue and dance constantly in the form of sound vibration. The holy name is by nature eternal and full of knowledge and bliss. By the holy name's mercy, a living entity reviews his spiritual consciousness. Sri Krishna, who is the reservoir of all transcendental pleasure, manifests in a heart filled with simplicity, before eyes that have been fully spiritualized, on a tongue inclined to his service, and in an ear inclined to hear Krishna Katha. The holy name manifests in those senses that are engaged only in pleasing his senses. Those who chant the holy names of the Lord should follow the following 8 rules. They should keep firm faith in the words of Guru and Shastra. They should associate with devotees who are engaged in chanting the holy names. They should perform bhajan by hearing and chanting the Krishna Katha spoken by saintly persons. Following the above rules will result in anatta nibriti. In the kingdom of sadhana, a practitioner must follow these 4 basic processes of bhajan. Those who chant the holy names must have undivided attention when they chant. They should chant the holy names according to the taste of their personal relationship with the Lord. What?
This last point.
Those who chant the holy names.
Practitioner, how can he chant according?
In the kingdom of practitioner must follow this 4 principal process of bhajan. Those who chant the holy names must have undivided attention when they chant. They should chant the holy names according to the taste of their personal relationship with the Lord.
How can practitioner
we have to come to this platform. Then, because all these things, when we check ourselves, if you look in all individual jivas, this attitude or the taste, what his relation with the Supreme is, in a seed form is already there. So everybody has an individual character. And this character, this person, I, will not change when it becomes pure. I will be the same person. So my relation or my service or my relation to God is already coming in developing or is growing. So according to our mood we have, we should chant the name. They should chant the holy names according to the taste of their personal relationship with the Lord. In the beginning, once Guru Maharaj, when he came one of the first time, his pictures were there of the Gopis and Manjalis. Then he was sitting and said, you have to learn to know your family members. We are the members of Krishna's family in Vraja. So he pointed to all the cowherd boys' name we have to know. We have to know the motherly affectionate servants to Krishna and their position on their service. We have to learn and hear about the Gopas relationship, different relationships and services, beginning with the Dasa, Bhaktak, what is the name? Bhaktak. Those who are only servants. And in this way, we are getting to understand where we feel more attracted and most attracted to. They should be attached to chanting the holy names. In this way they will attain Bhava Bhakti, the preliminary stage of love of God, which is also called a permanent rati. Complete uninterrupted liberation means love of God. Service to Nanda Maharaj's son, who is one without a second, is love of God. There's no question of any inauspiciousness in this service. The materialistic philosophy, whether appearing in India or in a foreign country, is certainly a failure, because it is out of touch with reality. Bhagavad Gita consists of 18 chapters and 700 verses. Srimad Bhagavatam consists of 18,000 verses and is the nature commentary on the Badarayana Sutras. In the case of the Bhagavatam, the compiler of the sutras is also their commentator. If living entities do not worship Hari, they will become jnanis, karmis or materialists. That is why we should always invoke the Lord by chanting the Mahamantra. Just because mundane thoughts appear in the mind while we chant the holy names does not mean we should slacken our chanting. The useless thoughts will gradually disappear as the irrevocable fruits of chanting the holy names. Do not be in a hurry. The distance between ourselves and our gross and subtle bodies gradually diminishes when we chant the holy name. We soon review awareness of our original constitutional position. When we are thus self-realized, the Lord's pure holy name will manifest in our heart and will directly see Sri Krishna's transcendental form. If we desire to chant Hari's name offenselessly, then we should chant constantly. Constant chanting will vanquish our offenses. Amrta Vani ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.